Hey, what's up, professionals? This should be a pretty fun video. In this one, we are going to learn how to look and sound your very best in virtual meetings. To start, I'm going to get on my computer looking and sounding as bad as possible, and then I'll show you how to get a much better, more professional looking setup. All right, this is the bad setup. As you can see and hear, the lighting isn't very good. There's a lot of background noise, and the area behind me looks extremely unprofessional. If I were to be presenting like this in a virtual meeting, I wouldn't make a great impression even if what I was saying was really good. And here's a much better looking setup. Notice that I not only look better, but I also sound much clearer. To get a good setup for your virtual meetings, the first thing to consider is your lighting. You want to have the source of your light be in front of you, not behind you or directly over your head. In this shot, the light was right above my head, and so it makes my face look kind of shadowy like that. So right now, I actually don't have my overhead lights on. They're super bright and they don't look that good. Here's what they look like. Here, I just have a desk lamp that's right in front of me. And then I have this, which is a salt lamp to kind of add a little bit of warmth to the scene. And also, I just think this is cool. So yeah, that's my lighting setup. Next, consider your camera angle. Ideally, your camera should be at or slightly above your eye level, so it's kind of looking just a little bit down onto you. You may have noticed in my videos, I have my computer set up on a stand so that my camera is slightly above my eye level. That looks a lot better than having your camera below eye level, so it's kind of looking up at you. Nobody looks their best from that angle. If you don't have a camera stand, that's no problem. You can just put your computer on top of something, maybe like a stack of books. Now let's talk about framing and distance. I never understand people who look like this during virtual meetings, where their head is just at the very bottom, or like this, where their head is chopped off at the top of the screen. What you want to do is to kind of cut your screen into thirds, and your eyes and your face should be around 2/3 of the way up, and then maybe your shoulders and the rest of your body are around 1/3 of the way up. That usually looks the best. And I personally think it looks better to have your entire head and your shoulders in the scene. This to me is just a little bit too close. So for all my classes, I'm like this, or sometimes I zoom out a little bit and it's like this. But either way, my head and my shoulders are in the scene, with my eyes being around 2/3 of the way up and my body being around 1/3 of the way up. Last, for your background, please don't have a pile of dirty laundry sitting behind you. Ideally, you should have a simple, clean, professional-looking background that isn't too distracting. Next, for your sound quality, reduce any type of background noise there is. Turn off any fans, any loud air conditioners, anything like that. It was so loud here because I had both my air conditioner and my fan running. However, if you really want to upgrade your sound in your virtual meetings, I recommend getting a desktop microphone. They're not very expensive, and they're usually a lot better than the microphone on your computer. I use this. It's called the Blue Yeti. It only cost about $100, and I have had it for 3 years. I've taught thousands of classes with it, and I've filmed hundreds of videos. It is a great investment. It sounds way better than the speakers on my MacBook Pro. So if you have a lot of meetings and you want to sound good, get a desktop microphone. Okay, so that's all for looking and sounding great in virtual meetings. In the next video, we are going to cover a topic that a lot of people really fear, and that is Q&A. But don't worry, we will cover exactly what you can say in any scenario, whether you know the answer or don't know the answer. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you there.